الشهداء بتبكي على الشهداء اللي ماتت اللي حاربت كرمال أرضنا.
Georgians continued their protests against the government for a fifth straight night, setting up makeshift roadblocks and launching fireworks at police. Cops used water cannons and tear gas to drive protesters away from the parliament building. Protesters have gathered near the parliament building each night since Thursday. The protest started after the ruling Georgian Dream Party declared its decision to put the EU accession talks on hold. A court in Vietnam upheld death sentences for real estate tycoon Truong My Lan. This comes after the court earlier rejected her appeal against a conviction for embezzlement and bribery in a high-profile $12 billion fraud case. Lan, the chairwoman of and a real estate developer, was sentenced to death in April for her role in what was Vietnam's biggest financial fraud case on record. The world's latest sports crowd disaster unfurled in Guinea's Nazare Kore. Chaos erupted at a soccer game after fans protested a referee's call. Thousands of panicked spectators tried to flee the stadium, leaving at least 56 people dead in the West African nation. Footage circulated widely on social media showed people running as they tried to escape the stadium, many of them jumping the high fence. Many of the dead were reportedly crushed. It was not immediately clear how much the death toll could grow. Local media outlets also reported that amid the confusion, security forces used tear gas. US President Joe Biden had long pledged he would not pardon his son Hunter, who was set to be sentenced this month for gun and tax convictions. But on Sunday, the president pardoned his son anyway. The sweeping pardon covers not only Hunter Biden's convictions in 2 cases in Delaware and California, but also any other quote-unquote offenses against the US, which he has or may have committed or taken part in. Biden is hardly the first president to deploy his pardon powers to benefit those close to him. Mark Karagos, Hunter Biden's attorney, talks about President Biden's decision to pardon his son. Take a look.
Because of pressure from House Republicans, a special counsel was illegally and unconstitutionally appointed, and they revived the case that was dead in the water and had already been passed on. I don't know how you could get more politically motivated than that. I think that when Jack Smith threw in the towel, that was all that was needed for the president to pardon Hunter.
A truck driver in a vehicle with a Polish license plate caused a series of accidents on 2 German motorways or autobahns. According to authorities, the truck driver drove in a zigzag fashion, causing many injuries. Only after a collision with oncoming traffic did the truck come to a halt. German officials said that 50 vehicles were involved in the series of accidents near the city of Neuss in North Rhine-Westphalia. Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te arrived in the Marshall Islands on the latest stop of his diplomatic tour of Taiwan's Pacific allies. President Lai was welcomed at the airport by Marshall Islands President Hilda Heyn and went on to address the Marshallese Parliament. The Ministry of National Defense held a news conference to address China's growing military presence around the Taiwan Strait. Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has arrived in Beijing for a 4-day official visit to China. PM Oli was invited by Chinese Premier Li Qiang. They will hold bilateral talks and discuss matters of mutual interest. PM Oli is also scheduled to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping and Zhao Leji, chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress of China. The Prime Minister will address a gathering at the Peking University and also speak at the Nepal-China Business Forum. Hundreds of people gathered in Nepal's capital for a rally to mark the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. They rallied in Kathmandu holding cards demanding greater rights for those living with disabilities. They are demanding better access in the streets, education and employment opportunities. There are very limited facilities in Nepal for people with disabilities and hardly any designated paths for wheelchair access in most streets and buildings.
धेरै अपङ्गहरू भएको छन् राम्रोसँग रोजगारी पाएको छैन सबैलाई राम्रो व्यवहार चाहियो कहिले हेर्नु कहिले के गर्नुहुन्छ त्यसो लाग्यो
Are we good on time?
This is Amy's first Christmas on the streets. She thought it couldn't be worse here than the abuse she suffered at home. But now she's cold, hungry, and desperate to find somewhere safe to stay. No young person should be forced to spend Christmas like this. What does it take to get Amy off the streets this Christmas? It starts with the Salvation Army and a Christmas gift from you. Will you call 0800 083 6633 and give £19? Your gift means we can give young homeless people a warm welcome out of the cold. Christmas food and cheer, and a helping hand to find somewhere safe to live. So this Christmas, will you help us give Amy a fresh start off the streets? Call the Salvation Army on 0800 083 6633 to give £19 now. Thank you.
Transform hard chairs and surfaces into comfy seats with Soft Sitter from JML, the lightweight gel cushion that helps provide all-day comfort and support wherever you sit. The hexagonal honeycomb construction cushions, distributes and supports your weight, and its breathable design allows air to circulate, helping to keep you cool. Perfect for all types of seats or to use as a kneeling pad. Get the comfort and support you need this Christmas with Soft Sitter. Only $14.99 from Asda, Argos, Morrisons, Tesco and JMLdirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
Join me and the Style Squad. Shop now exclusively at Freeman's.
Health isn't someday in the future, it's now. It's same-day GP appointments. Physio without GP referrals. Cancer testing, scans and diagnosis fast. Questions for an expert at any hour about anything. Support that lasts for as long as it takes. Feeling your best every day starts today. Call or go online now for your health insurance quote.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need another camera.
What for?
The collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Save big with our cyber sale. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
We know travel can be confusing, so let us inspire you. Welcome to Qatar. Experience it all. World-class hospitality, diverse landscapes from city to sea, and fly there with the Airline of the Year 2022, Qatar Airways. Book now at travelup.com or call 0207 580 5000. Travel Up. Flights, hotels, holidays.
Protesters gathered outside the top UN court calling for climate justice as a landmark climate change case opened on Monday. The International Court of Justice took up the largest case in its history, hearing the plight of small island nations helpless in combating the impact of climate change they feel endangers their very survival. The nations demand that major polluting countries be held accountable. Take a look.
One of the questions, of the two questions that have been taken to court, includes historical responsibilities, and that includes reparations. There will be countries who will be putting forth their cases, especially in the Pacific, about historical responsibilities in terms of reparations and payments of countries that have actually caused the climate crisis in the developed world. And for us Pacific Islanders, we also need the finances that is required to adapt, mitigate, and also counter the losses and damages that we incur due to the climate crisis.
Spain will allow workers up to 4 days of paid leaves to help them avoid traveling during climate emergencies. Employers were criticized for making staff work despite an alert sent out ahead of the October floods that killed at least 224 people. The new measure dictates that if the government declares an emergency, workers must refrain from going to work. US travelers battled harsh weather to get to home after Thanksgiving. Residents of the Great Lakes region saw additional snow and faced the prospect of even more buildups this week. Lake effect snow continued to fall on parts of western New York that were already blanketed with a foot or more over the past 4 days. Lake effect snow warnings were issued in parts of Ohio, New York, and Pennsylvania. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 closed at record highs on Monday. The fresh highs were boosted by tech-related shares after the market posted a strong November. Investors now await the week's economic data, including the key monthly jobs report. A Delaware judge ruled on Monday that Tesla CEO Elon Musk still is not entitled to receiving a whopping $56 billion compensation package. This comes despite shareholders of the electric vehicle company voting in June to reinstate the package. The ruling by the judge follows her January decision that called the pay package excessive and blocked it. In a post on social media platform X after the decision, Musk said that shareholders should control company votes, not judges. Tesla, in another statement on X, said, "The ruling is wrong and we are going to appeal," adding that the judge had overruled a supermajority of shareholders. President-elect Donald Trump has publicly opposed Japan's Nippon Steel purchasing US steel for $15 billion. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said tax incentives and tariffs will be levied to revive US steel and prevent it from being bought by a foreign company. Bloomberg News has reported that US oil major ExxonMobil is weighing a sale of its petrol stations in Singapore, a deal that could raise about $1 billion. Exxon operates 59 petrol stations in Singapore under its Esso brand. The report said that a sale would allow Exxon to raise cash to deploy in other regions of higher growth potential, adding that players in the energy industry and investment funds had shown preliminary interest in the disposal. US manufacturing contracted at a moderate pace in November, with orders growing for the first time in 8 months and factories facing exceptionally lower prices for inputs. India's Space Research Organization is set to witness yet another watershed moment in the history of astronomy. Sriharikota's Satish Dhawan Space Center will be used to launch the European Space Agency's PROBA-3 mission on Wednesday. The mission is aimed at creating an artificial solar eclipse with the help of satellites flying in close formation. This will help scientists study the outermost layer of Sun's atmosphere, the corona. In a new lawsuit, Apple has been accused of illegally monitoring its employees' devices and iCloud accounts while also barring them from discussing their pay and working conditions. The complaint was filed in a California state court by Amar Bhakta, who works in digital advertising for the iPhone giant. Now, Bhakta claims Apple requires employees to install software on personal devices that they use for work, allowing the company to access their email, photos, libraries, health, and smart home data and other personal information. Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger has been forced out less than 4 years after taking the helm of the company. Gelsinger resigned on the 1st of December after a board meeting last week. The board of directors reportedly felt Gelsinger's plan to turn Intel around was not working and the progress was slow. According to the reports, the Intel board gave Gelsinger 2 options. Either he could retire or be removed. Pat Gelsinger chose to step down. The United States has launched its third big crackdown in as many years on China's semiconductor industry, curbing exports to 140 companies, including chip equipment maker Nora Technology Group. Qingdao Port, a subsidiary of the Shandong Port Group, has set a world record for the 11th time for its automated container terminal efficiency. The port recorded an average productivity of 60.6 20-foot equivalent units per hour in a loading task. Now, this is the second time this year that the Qingdao Port automated terminal of Shandong Port Group has set a new world record. China successfully sent a new satellite for communication technology into space. The satellite was launched from the Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center in Sichuan province on Tuesday. It was launched by a Long March 3B carrier launcher rocket and has entered the planned orbit. The satellite will be used for communication, radio, television, data transmission, and other services. It will also carry out tests related to technology. The launch marked the 549th mission of Long March series carrier rockets. According to reports, Sergio Perez is ready or is set to leave Red Bull at the end of the 2024 season. Reports say that Red Bull has decided to move on from Perez after Sunday's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Team boss Christian Horner hinted at Perez's impending exit after the Qatar Grand Prix. Ruud Nistelrooy was disappointed to leave Manchester United after his successful spell as interim coach came to an end. The Dutchman said he understands why new manager Ruben Amorim wanted to bring his own assistants into the club. Van Nistelrooy was appointed Leicester City manager at the end of last month. A week of thrilling wingfoil action concluded at the 2024 GWA Wingfoil World Cup season. Jericoacoara in Brazil was the playground for the best surf freestyle and free fly slalom wingfoil athletes. Not only the event winners, the world champions in the disciplines surf freestyle and free fly slalom were also crowned.
I'm super happy, especially because I like the mood here, I like Brazil. I'm enjoying every minute of my life here in Brazil, and I think that's one of the key. And I also did a strong training before coming here. I wanted to prove I'm the king of Brazil, like I won last year, and I wanted to win this year as well. So yeah, I'm really happy, just enjoying this victory.
So it feels amazing to get another world title. Yeah, the conditions were really tricky here. It was super gusty wind, really strong, and a lot of seaweed. And also the course was pretty regular, so it was a disadvantage for all the goofy riders. But yeah, I managed to win the final, so I'm really happy for it.
Now the who's who of the fashion world braved the cold in London to attend the star-studded British Fashion Awards at the city's iconic Royal Albert Hall. Rihanna posed with partner A$AP Rocky ahead of him being honored. Tom Ford was also recognized with the Outstanding Achievement Award. Issa Rae was handed the Pandora Leader of Change Award. The Fashion Award 2024 presented by Pandora is organized by the British Fashion Council and is the key fundraiser for the BFC Foundation. Now, Kerry Washington received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Monday in Los Angeles. The actor and producer was feted by both the creator of Scandal, Shonda Rhimes, and Tyler Perry, who wrote and directed her next film, The 688, premiering this month.
My mom and dad also taught me to dream. They taught me to believe and to pursue. And so here we are. Mom, Dad, can you believe it? An actual star? You made a wish and it came true. And now I am swirling in a galaxy of other stars. all encouraging each other to shine brightly and to light the way for somebody else's dreams.
Award season kicked off in New York City with the 34th edition of the Gotham's Awards on Monday night. The Gothams shine a spotlight on the trailblazers of storytelling, giving early recognition and media buzz to these writers, directors, producers, and actors who are shaking things up in the world of entertainment. The evening's tributes included Angelina Jolie with the Gotham's Performer Tribute, Timothée Chalamet and James Mangold for the Gotham's Visionary Tribute, Zendaya receiving the Gotham's Spotlight Tribute, and Sing Sing A24 taking home the Gotham's Special Social Justice Tribute.
As a dad, I know life's unpredictable. It's all fun and games until it's not.
You okay?
I want my kids to always be looked after. That's why I'm not putting things off anymore and protecting the life we've built by calling Smart Insurance.
Hi, how can I help?
Hi, I'd like a quick quote, please.
Okay, you can choose a benefit amount up to £750,000 depending on your age.
Brilliant.
If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can apply with just a few health and lifestyle questions. For £250,000 of cover, the price starts at just £14.77 a month.
That's less than I thought. And could help my wife pay off the mortgage.
With our Smart Family Guarantee and 99% of claims having been paid, you'll have peace of mind.
That's good to know.
You'll also receive a 100% advance in the event of terminal illness and 10% cashback on your first year's premiums. That's the Smart Cashback. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Protect the life you've built the smart way. To get a free quote today, call our specialist UK team on 0800 977 6797 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
I've been thinking, I want to plan my funeral so it feels more like a celebration. My parents always said I was born dancing. I just love it. Bhangra, disco, even line dancing. So when my time comes, I want to have music, dancing, the lot.
With over 150 years' experience, you can count on Co-op Funeral Care to help you pre-plan the funeral you want. To find out more, visit Co-op Funeral Care or give us a call.
Some people think life slows down in your 50s, but I'm just getting started. And I don't want my lot to have to worry about funeral costs. Let them spend their money on nicer things. So I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. They're the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period. Unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years, with Cover Today, you're fully covered from day one. And you're covered for the whole of your life. Unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call. Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period. And no annoying trips to the doctors either. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card. Now I'm with Cover Today, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To find out more about Cover Today, call our friendly UK team on 0800 470 4474 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
अपने टैलेंट के दम पे तमाम दरवाजे खोले। किसी बड़े बाप की औलाद नहीं था वो आदमी, उसकी सक्सेस से तो तमाम लोगों को जो इंस्पिरेशन मिलती है वो नेक्स्ट लेवल है।
सर वो तो है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ रुकावट तो बहुत थी, क्योंकि ये लड़का जिस रफ्तार से आगे जा रहा था बहुत, तो रुकावट तो आएगी। तो रुकावट ऐसे आई कि हीरोइन को बोल दिया जाता था कि इसके साथ काम मत करो, तो करते भी नहीं थे। फिर किसी भी तरह कैसे भी कोई भी फिल्म मिल जाए, मैं बोला नहीं करना क्या। मेरे दिल में को ऐसे हारूंगा तो लड़ के हारूंगा, ऐसे नहीं हारूंगा मैं। तो वो एक बात तो थी। तो दोपहर वही जो काले रंग वाली बात है ना, वही बात मुझे बहुत दिमाग बहुत रोता था, बहुत ये सचमुच के बहुत रोता था कि भगवान ये कैसे तोड़ूँ मैं,